Phil, it's such a pleasure to have you in our house. And
always a pleasure to be here.
Well, thank you very much.
I suppose the thing that really precipitated my necessity of leaving work was my back injury. Symptoms got worse after the first operation, and symptoms got worse after the second operation. And with each operation, they had to fuse increasing numbers of my vertebrae. And I finally had to have 6 operations on my spine. And the last operation, I say, required 2 years of recuperation. And I just couldn't see safely returning to work under those circumstances. I had to look at what my options were. And I think you encouraged me to think about that, and I just said, I don't care what my disability plan is. I don't want to retire. I'm not prepared to do that. I just assumed I'd go back. I think the difficulty for me was giving up work that I love to do. So it was a very difficult decision to make. But you mentioned you were there all along, and indeed, each time that I made a claim, I sort of felt guilty that I should be doing this kind of thing. I sort of felt like I should be back at work. I shouldn't be requiring this much time off. But at some point, we together saw the writing on the wall.
You are a major proponent of disability insurance and people you talk to.
Well, I think it's really important. I mean, first of all, obviously it supplies the person who's ill with a means to go on living in a way they're accustomed to without worrying about bankrupting themselves. I know more than one case of professionals, other physicians, who've practiced longer than they should have because they couldn't afford to retire. Yeah. I couldn't afford to retire because, so thank goodness with your help, yes, I was able to think about the option of going on permanent disability in a way that I'd never thought I'd ever have to. I mean, I had that insurance for many years and thought, why am I paying all this money for this insurance? I'll never need it, Things are okay financially, yes, absolutely. Yes, there is no financial stress.
That's to me, that was my job. Make sure that, God forbid, you did get sick.
Yeah.
And nobody wants that to happen, that you are in an okay position rather than getting sick and not being.
And also that our financial house was in order and I didn't have to worry about that. And that'd take a huge burden off my wife and I. I wouldn't be able to do the things I'm able to do now were it not for that disability insurance.
Okay, well.
And it's made a tremendous difference in our lives. So it's been extremely important. Well, and that's why I tell other people, they need that insurance. I certainly know other people who've not had access to it and had problems, and it's made all the difference in the world.